Have you ever wanted to toss an item 30 blocks away? No, me neither. However, if you would like to, this may be the way. One of the best Minecraft content creators posed a question in one of their videos about how would one go about aligning items so when they get tossed, they end up in the same location. For instance, if we just drop items out of a dropper onto our slime launcher, you'll quickly see the location isn't consistent. One of our favorite ways to align items is by water sources, just turning the corner. But unfortunately, that's not really fast enough for us. When we talk about alignment, we're talking about the X, Y, and Z axis. We'll go ahead and first try to solve our Y problem. Why? Well, that's what the video is about. One thing that was interesting was how much the direction of a dropper affected the Y axis in such a small amount of time. So here we have one facing down and one facing up. And as you can see, the dropper facing down is more consistent on the Y axis. Now sometimes I do wonder if it's just the graphic or is this actually true. Now out of all the testing, there's no doubt that it facing down is a little bit more controllable on the Y axis. Now moving on to the X and Z axis, it's shameful how many iterations of contraptions were made. Here is the smallest and most dependable contraption. Let me demonstrate. We're going to take the dropper. It will drop the item right here in this chamber. Then this piston will trigger. We'll push it forward to this other piston. Now, as we talked about, it's a little random, so it doesn't matter where it is always pushed forward. And end up right here in this spot, maybe over here. And then we'll just push this forward. The item will always end up in a corner right there. So all you have to do to make this work is to power this block right here next to the piston. It'll trigger that. Because this repeater is here, it'll actually trigger after this piston will and then push it over here, so they won't actually block each other. And to prove that, I was going to do some slow animations, but I found that it's easier just to put a block here and trigger. So here we have our X, Y, and Z all set up. And right next to it is our slime launcher. So when we give it power, the two pistons shoot out and the slime launcher extends. Now when that comes back, we want the dropper to fire when the slime block is covering that side of the chamber and the pistons are retracted. So the best way to do that is with our observer. So each time the pistons pull back, the dropper fires. Now we do need a 3-tick delay on our slime launcher. And as you see, there's another repeater for the lower arm of the slime launcher and a space in between. I came across this honey block by chance because typically I use furnaces, and not only does this make it shoot further, but it also fixed a problem where 1 out of every 120 or so would overshoot. Now the best redstone timer I've found for this contraption is a 3-tick timer. So a 3-tick timer. Here's one type of 3-tick timer, and here's another one. I prefer these. So let's turn it on and see it in action. Now this target right here was if you use anything other than that honey block. And then every once in a while, as mentioned before, we would get some that would come over here, about like I think one in every 120. With the honey block, it always ends up right here. Now, one other thing you may like to do is to add a auto start and auto shut off. That's real simple because remember, we can get a signal from the dropper with a comparator. Just put a block there, and down here, grab a comparator. And then just get another torch, so that way when this block is powered, this is off. Remove the on-off switch. All right, I did this right. There we go. Thanks for joining us. Until next time.